I actually got started because I knew Jonathan and Marcel, who were in it already before. And I just saw my two friends who I was in a business with prior to just kind of excel in this business. And I was wondering, I kind of knew what they did. I would hang out with them after work. They would talk about field and stuff. And I've always been just the type of person that I know I could do anything as long as I'm taught well. I learn pretty fast. And so one day I was working at my behind the desk job, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to just start with him on Monday. I have Monday off. I'm going to just go with Marcel and see what it is like. So I hit him up. I didn't even ask. I was just like, I'm working with you Monday. Like, this is what it is. And we went out and I saw him make like 2 or 3 sales. And it was only like in 5 hours. We worked from like 12 to 5 or something. And I was like, what the hell? And then he told me how much he made. And I was like, okay, I'm doing this. I could do this. Like, all it is talking. So as long as I know what I'm talking about, then I'm pretty sure I could do this too. And here we are. I think the main skill is being a student mentality, like always being okay to learn and being okay with the learning curve. Sometimes people just want to find success so quick. A lot of people are used to doing one thing and getting a reaction from it. In this business, there's a learning curve. And so you definitely have to be okay with starting from the bottom, being a rookie in it and working your way up and learning sales. And, especially in this field, you have to learn by mistakes. You're not going to know how to fight over a rejection if somebody that you're training with is always going to fight it for you until you're there by yourself and you have to fight over those rejections by yourself. That's when you can see if you are learning faster or what you need to grow at. So always have a student mentality, always be willing to learn. And, definitely having great energy and confidence in yourself is very key in this business as well, because you're talking to 6-figure earners, you're talking to business owners every single day, and you have to be a person of value to have somebody stop what they're doing and give you the time of day for an hour to solve this issue that they had. But that you have to be a person of value. You want to be able to be personable, to talk to them easily, and just create a good vibe, have good communication skills, and just be a friendly person. So student mentality, being friendly, and being a person of value, I think are some important traits that you have to have. My motivation. So I have a boyfriend who's in the business as well, Chris. He is very great at motivating me to be successful. I follow his lead in a lot of things, and I see how hungry he is, and it makes me want to match him. I'm very competitive. I've played sports my whole life, so having that competitiveness, with also love, of course, but having that where he's trying to be better than me and I'm trying to be better than him, we're always building each other up. But I also have a really strong why. My why is very strong. I don't have any kids, and that's by choice. I don't want to have any kids right now until I know that I could put them in the best schools. And I don't want to have to tell my kids no. I was being told no a lot growing up. I was always the girl with all the styles from last season, all the old shoes. Like, I was always the one a year behind. I had to get everything on sale. I'm growing up, and I could only shop one time a year, just small details like that. And I grew up in that kind of way that I was always told like, oh, I can't learn an instrument, it's too expensive. Or luckily I was able to do sports. That's putting sports outside is easy, but any other extracurriculars, it was just, I couldn't afford it. So I really want to be able to have a kid and be able to build them up into a mini LeBron James, and whatever they want to do, I'm going to get the music classes, and you're going to play this sport, and you're going to go to this camping trip, and you're going to go travel. I just want to be able to give them a lot of stuff that I wasn't able to have. And that's my biggest why. I really just want to have a big family, and I want to give. I have people in my family now who don't think that success is possible. They're stuck in the 9-to-5 lifestyle. And I see them struggling in it. Even as smart as some of my family members are, they're still stuck to their job. And I wanted to be the person. I'm okay, like you mentioned, I'm like a risk taker. I'm okay with sacrificing my life for others. I definitely understood that being an entrepreneur, you have to be that way. You have to just, your parents didn't do it, so it's up to you, or are you gonna just allow for you not to do it and now your kids have to struggle? It's just a trickling effect. Like, when are you gonna stop and be the one to sacrifice your free time, your fun time, all the things that you want to do so that you can be successful? And, I'm still young, I'm only 27. So I was willing to take that risk in my 20s. And I'm like, shoot, if I fail, I'm a smart person anyways. I'll find a regular 9-to-5 job and work behind a desk anywhere. That's every day. Like, you could do that anytime. But being an entrepreneur is like for right now. And I decided to take that jump right here and now. And I'm willing to do that. I'm still willing to. It's funny. I kind of came into this company at like a perfect moment. I had like, J-Dub and Marcel who were already in the business. So I'm like hearing stuff about how the business is growing before I was in the business. And so when I joined the business for maybe like a month, maybe 2 months. But I knew immediately I was going to Tampa. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm going to Tampa and we're about to build this business. And luckily, I was able to show my work ethic in such a short period of time that they trusted in us to do so. And we became successful. So I knew that in this opportunity, they had Dallas going, but Tampa was the second market to expand. And I was like, dang, it's only Los Angeles, Dallas, and Tampa right now. Like, what if we just dropped little seeds in every state and just saw how much it grew? So my goal for this company is to find a Tampa partner, like not me, Chris, or Marcel, but someone in Tampa to run the market, and then go to another city and do the same thing again. I'm perfectly okay for the next 5 years living in different places and growing a business and dropping seeds in different locations, because that's just residual income that I'm doing simply by teaching others what we do every day. Sometimes people want to be salespeople, and that's fine. That's not something that I have high goals in. I know I'm a good salesperson, but I'm not trying to be the best salesperson. I'm really trying to build the best salesperson, if that makes any more sense. I would much rather host meetings all day, travel and meet with this person, teach them. Like, I have that kind of personality about myself where I would rather teach. Like, even to this day when we're out in the field, I'm like, let's get you a bag first. Like, I'm comfortable eating last. And so my goals for the next couple of years within this market, within CMC, is to grow businesses in multiple states and create a partner in each state. I want to have at least like 3 states just completely flowing on its own. And I think that CMC has a great opportunity with doing that. And then just creating residual income through that. I think that's my biggest goal. And I like to see people win, and I like to see people succeed. I'm perfectly happy with somebody else getting all the glory. I don't really care for the glory. I know we're on this call, I'm like, dang, I don't even really, it's cool. Like, I'm glad, I'm happy. So trust me, I'm happy. But it's like, it's not for me. I would much rather had somebody else be here right now that I taught doing this call. And that's what gives me the power to continue. So that's why I see the company being small little, seeds in different states and having the business continue to grow that way. I like that this culture is all about teaching each other stuff, because I lived in a business, or I used to work for the city of Los Angeles, and I was kind of doing some like accounting work in a particular field, and it was kind of just all on your own. You just work by yourself. I had someone else that I was cool with that we worked together, but there wasn't really people around that were telling you what to do to get to the next level. It's kind of like always on your own. And I noticed that in a regular 9-to-5 lifestyle, that it's they'll help you. Like, when you first start, they're going to help you for those first 2 weeks. And then after they taught you one thing one time, they're like, all right, you're on your own. Because then they feel like they're threatened. Like, oh, you're going to take my promotion before me if I teach you too much and you're too good at it. Or you're going to take my hours. Small little stuff like that. You start to notice that when you do show that you have this capability of learning fast and stuff, you're kind of like stopped. Like people want to stop your growth. Here in CMC, when you're show that you can learn fast and stuff, they're like, oh shoot, let's get her to do this, let's do that, you can do this now, you should do this. Like they try to continue to push you forward, and I like that atmosphere. I want to be around people that don't want to hold me down but want to lift me up. And I think that in this business, we're consistently trying to find individuals to lift up. And as long as you do it on your own, as long as you show the work, show the efforts, you will be rewarded for that. You know, there's a leveling system, but it's basically off on your own personal work. It's not about favoritism. It's not about who's been here the longest. It's only about the numbers that you can excel, So I like that. I like that culture. I know that it's all about me. If I'm successful, it's because of me. If I failed, it's because of me. And I'm perfectly happy with being accountable like that. And I just like that, you know, we have people in the business who are willing to open, you know, hours of their day to have one-on-one sessions with us. I know Ken has calls, Andy, Stefan, and I always want to be told what I need to do to get to the next level. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't really care about, oh, good job, Ash, on this. It's like, no, I don't want to have just 15. I want to have 50 deals in a week. Like, what do I got to do to get there, you know? And I love that you're consistently in connection with people that are going to tell you how to get to that next level. That's what I really like about the culture of CMC. I like that you can hire your friends and you can work with your family. And this is all a great opportunity for us to make money. I like the payout. And I just genuinely like the people here too. The people here are very nice. They support one another. They congratulate each other. And we always want to see each other win. I love the environment where, you know, me seeing somebody from a different organization blossom, I'm completely happy, because that means that, damn, if they could do it, someone here could do it too. It's like seeing someone else succeed and seeing how much everybody else is congratulating them just makes it feel like this is like a family, and that we're all here together. We all started at the same level, and let's see who gets to the top first, and we're all here to support each other get there. So that's what I like about the culture.
Do you have any last comments for the viewers watching?
I guess my last comments would be to be a risk taker, to just go for it. Life is only about risk. Nothing happens if you always do the same thing. I started to see my life become repetitive, like just a same cycle, just over and over again, the same thing. I used to hate when I would see like my friends from like high school at the grocery store, at Target or something, and I had nothing new to talk about. And they're like, oh my God, Ash, what are you doing these days? And I'm just like, still working that same job behind a desk, like nothing exciting to talk about. I didn't travel nowhere. It's just like parties, and that's it. That's all really you had to talk about. Or we're talking about other people's life and celebrities and stuff. And I hated being conversations about talking about other people's success. So I wanted to be that person. And I realized that if I want something different, I had to become somebody different. I had to literally change my environment. I moved to Tampa, you know, I changed everything about myself. I changed, you know, how I thought, what I listened to, just wanted to become a completely different person. Like, you know, and sometimes I feel like people are ashamed to become a different person. You're still the same person on the inside. You just have more value. You have more knowledge. You have more experiences. And I want to be that person of interest where when you talk to me, I could talk about this, I could talk about that, I could tell you what I've done. And I don't want to be the person that's just always has the same things and the same stuff going on. I really want to be someone of value. And I want to be someone that can help somebody else too. Like, I don't want to be someone that just has all the value and I keep it to myself. No, if you have questions, if you need help, I'm definitely open arms, and you're not going to be looked at as less than because of that. So I guess what I would tell everybody is just think of yourself like a butterfly. We all start off, we're all born in a certain way, but you can always change and evolve. And there's no stopping you. There's no right or wrong time. But now, the more that you keep saying later on, you're going to look back and regret it. And I guess the last thing I also will say is that I made a mistake when I was a young girl. I played basketball my whole life, and I got injured. I tore my ACL, and I was still getting colleges wanting me to go and play and stuff like that, but I just kept saying no. And I regret that to this day, because I'm like, dang, I could have went to this other school and let's see where my life would have gone. And I feel like a lot of people live in regret. And the reason why people live in regret is because they say no to opportunities consistently. And I made a promise to myself that I would no longer say no to opportunities, even if it's just somebody saying like, hey, do you want go to this free concert? Sure. Do you want to watch this movie for free? Sure. Like, just say yes to opportunities, because they come very slim, and God only blesses you through people and experiences. If you are thinking God is just going to somehow drop a lottery ball on your head, it's not going to happen. But what he will do is bring you people who are trying to tell you that there's a different lifestyle, or put you in situations to make you evolve. And so just being comfortable with change, being comfortable with being uncomfortable, and never saying no to open opportunities.